The Tale of Willow and the Missing Stick. Once upon a time, there was a young fox named Willow. Willow had a curious heart and bright golden fur that shone in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Among all her treasures, shiny pebbles, feathers, and acorns, her most beloved possession was a simple stick. It wasn't just any stick. It was smooth, perfectly balanced, and had a faint scent of pine that reminded her of home. It was her stick for games, adventures, and even bedtime snuggles. To Willow, it was irreplaceable. One sunny morning, as the forest buzzed with life, Willow stretched out under the tall oak tree where she lived. She looked around for her stick, expecting it to be exactly where she'd left it. But it wasn't there. Her heart skipped a beat. "Where's my stick?" she murmured, searching the ground with wide eyes. She pawed through the moss, peeked under the rocks, and even checked the hollow in the oak. Still, no stick. Determined to find it, Willow ventured deep into the woods. "I'll find it," she told herself. "I just have to retrace my steps." The forest was alive with the chatter of birds and the rustle of leaves. Willow's tiny paws patted softly on the earthly ground as she made her way towards the meadow where she had played the day before. She sniffed the air, hoping to catch the familiar piney scent of her stick. Instead, she smelled wildflowers and dew. As she searched, Willow heard a voice. It was soft and melodic, like a bubbling brook. "Hello there, little one," said a figure perched on a low branch. It was an owl. Her feathers speckled with gray and white, her eyes gleamed like amber in the sunlight. Willow tilted her head. "Hello, Mrs. Owl. Have you seen a stick? It's about this long," she said, stretching her paws apart. "And it smells like pine." The owl blinked thoughtfully. "A stick, you say? Hmm, I haven't seen one, but you might want to ask someone closer to the ground. Try old Fern, the tortoise. He's wise and has a sharp eye for details." Willow thanked Mrs. Owl and trotted off towards the stream where old Fern liked to sunbathe. When Willow reached the stream, the sunlight danced on the water's surface, creating a kaleidoscope of colors. There, near the bank, was old Fern, his mossy shell blending perfectly with the stones around him. He was nibbling lazily on a leaf. "Excuse me, Mr. Fern," Willow said politely. "Have you seen my stick? It's smooth and it smells like pine." Old Fern lifted his head slowly, as if the weight of the world rested on his shell. A stick, you say?" He thought for a moment, then pointed his wrinkled neck towards the west. "I saw something like that near the berry bushes. Might have rolled there with the wind." "Thank you," Willow said, her heart lifting with hope. She bounded off in the direction of the berry bushes. The berry bushes were bursting with red and blue fruit. The air smelled sweet and tangy. Willow sniffed around, her nose twitching as she searched for her stick. Instead of the piney scent she was hoping for, she caught the smell of something else, something musky and warm. Before she could react, a bush rustled, and out popped a badger with a grumpy expression. He was small but stout, with black and white stripes running down his face. "What are you sniffing around here for?" he growled, eyeing her suspiciously. "I'm looking for my stick," Willow explained, standing her ground despite the badger's gruff demeanor. "It's smooth, smells like pine, and it is very special to me." The badger squinted. "A stick, huh? I haven't seen it, but I did notice a squirrel carrying something long and smooth earlier. He went up that way." The badger pointed towards a cluster of tall pines with his paw. "Thank you," Willow said, wagging her fluffy tail. She hurried off, her excitement growing. The pines loomed tall and majestic, their needles carpeting the ground in a soft green blanket. As Willow sniffed and searched, she heard a cheerful chattering above her. A squirrel was darting between the branches, clutching something in his tiny paws. "Hey, Mr. Squirrel," Willow called. "Is that my stick?" The squirrel stopped and peered down at her, his beady eyes glinting with curiosity. "Your stick?" he asked, holding it out. It was smooth and piney, just as she had described. "Yes, that's mine!" Willow exclaimed, her heart leaping with joy. The squirrel tilted his head. "Oh, I didn't know it belonged to anyone. I thought it was just lying around. Here, take it." He dropped the stick, and it landed softly in the moss. Willow scooped it up, her tail wagging furiously. "Thank you so much," he said. The squirrel grinned. "No problem. It's a nice stick. You take good care of it." With her beloved stick in her paws, Willow made her way home. The journey through the forest felt much lighter now. She took her time, enjoying the sounds and smells around her. When she finally reached her oak tree, she curled up in her favorite spot. The stick nestled safely beside her. She closed her eyes and sighed happily. This adventure had been unexpected, and it reminded her of something important. Sometimes, losing something special can lead to meeting new friends and discovering how kind the world can be. With that thought, Willow drifted off to sleep, dreaming of her next adventure. Hi everyone, this is Katie. Thanks so much for listening to this story time. If you like this video and would like to see more in the future, be sure to like and subscribe